Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out FOREWARNED. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $13, and I stress Early Access, that means everything that you're about to see here is subject to change. I myself have about 78 hours in this game, and I really enjoy it. This is a cross between Phasmophobia and other ghost hunter games out there, but with an Indiana Jones theme. You're going to be exploring various temples, trying to identify the Magi, and either get out of there or banish it, which is kind of cool. So everyone has this lobby, and yes, you can play multiplayer. There's private rooms, room codes, the whole 9 yards. There are even expedition modifiers, so you can adjust the time, difficulty to various degrees, and you'll be given percentages, bonuses, and penalties based on all of that. There's also a store, and I love this part of the game. You can buy multiple levels of the same thing, so you can improve your flashlight as you go by spending more money. There's even customization options in this game. They just introduced this. You earn challenge points every week by completing a series of objectives. You can unlock pets and other aesthetic things. It's nothing great, but the pets at least give you some kind of passive bonus. There are some optimization in this game in the sense that you can customize your character, you can change your hairstyle, the color of your clothes, and some of those challenge points that you earn will allow you to customize that further. So yeah, I really like this game. If you like Phasmophobia and other ghost hunter / investigative games, then I think you'll really like this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose a location, and you're going to sort of convene either alone or with the rest of your party. I think it supports up to 4 people. I typically play with 3. And you open up your backpack and all of your tools kind of spread out. Again, you can buy upgrades to all of these. Some of them you have to unlock, and once you do, you'll be able to upgrade them even further. Every tool that you have can be upgraded. You even have a hard hat that has a light source on it already, which is great. So technically, you don't even need a flashlight, but the flashlight is better. Anyway, so you can upgrade all of these things. So there's a reason to keep playing over and over and grind out these levels so that you can get money and experience and just upgrade your equipment, and eventually you can even prestige, reset everything, and get more of those challenge points that I was talking about. Once you get the tools that you need, and you're gonna have to make multiple trips in if you just are starting out. I have a backpack size of 9 that I've upgraded to, so I can carry 9 tools at a time. So that's kind of like an in-your-face Phasmophobia kind of thing, because Phasmophobia is okay, but I'm sick of running back and forth between the truck and the house. It's like a carry crap into the house simulator. With FOREWARNED, I can pretty much grab almost everything in one go and be done with it. Rarely do I ever have to go back outside unless I'm dropping off some kind of relic or whatever. Lore pages and stuff. You can even put flags down in the environment. You unlock those through your store, and you can even change their color. And I usually have a path leading to the tomb, which I'll get to in a minute. And there's even a banishment area, and it has a special door that you eventually open if you want to take it a step further and banish the Magi after you identify it. But in the meantime, you're going to be... This is the investigative part. You go into this temple, and depending on the temple, there's different themes. Some have snakes, some have crocodiles, spiders. It all depends on the map that you pick, really. I will complain that it's very dark. I've had to increase the gamma for this video because it came out dark. I have my gamma maxed out in game, and it's still dark. I don't know what it is. It's just, I wish the developers would just inherently make it somewhat brighter all around so that it's just easier for people like me to see. But you're going to be collecting clues. There's going to be tremors in the environment. There's a special tool for that. There's a little spirit box you can talk into. You'll get a vocal response, perhaps. Mummies will reanimate. Flames around you will blow out with a special effect. Footsteps, sometimes you'll hear running and there's no one around you. That's footsteps evidence. And eventually you'll get enough evidence to the point where you'll be able to correctly identify the Magi and go to the tomb room and move on to the next part of the game. But in the meantime, while you're collecting this evidence, there are these statues scattered about in these chests. You want to pick those up if you're interested and banishing the thing. I'll get into that in a minute. Each map has hidden areas. Some can be blown up with dynamite. Some have a gauntlet of traps that you have to get through. Typically, there's a bunch of gold on the other side, spike rooms. If you've seen like Indiana Jones or other movies with trapped areas, trapped rooms, I love stuff like that. It's awesome. I don't know why, but this kind of theme really appeals to me. Sometimes it'll be a giant crocodile. Sometimes it'll be a room. It's a spiked floor. You don't know which part of the room is safe to step on and which part you don't. Some of the tools that you have will actually help you to get through them. Your tablet, for example, will be able to help you get across what seems to be an open floor, but there's actually a hidden floor that you can't see except with your tablet. It's all fun. But anyway, once you get enough evidence to correctly identify the Magi, there is a tomb room somewhere in the level, and there are a series of buttons. The buttons are just, what Magi do you think it is? It's a series of hieroglyphs. You pick the correct one. If you pick correctly, the tomb room will open. If you don't, then spikes will hurt your character. The boss will spawn, and you have to try and get out of there. Now, in this tomb room is a relic, and that's one of the things that you'll need in order to banish the Magi, should you want to. It's at this point of the game where you have to make a decision. You can grab the relic. If you grab the relic, okay, the front door will shut. You have to find in the environment a blue switch that will get you out of there. Okay, so you have to find this blue switch. When you find the blue switch, when you make it through the gauntlet, the boss will spawn, by the way, and chase you throughout and try and kill you. So you're in this mad dash to find this blue switch. And once you find it, you have a choice. You can leave and take the relic with you and get some decent money and XP and whatnot. Or hitting that blue switch will also open up the banishment area. There's a special banishment door. And if you decide to go that route with it, make sure you've got all 4 statues and the relic that you picked up from the tomb room, because you'll need them in order to complete the banishment process. Now, these bosses, these Magi, again, depending on which one you get, they have different behaviors. One's like a shapeshifter, one is blind, but can operate, has very good hearing. All of them are different and are pretty exciting. Some I like better than others. But anyway, typically, if you decide to banish the Magi, you have to complete a puzzle. These puzzles are random. Sometimes it's a laser puzzle. Sometimes it's like a Simon Says puzzle. There's a mirror puzzle. It all depends on what you get. Upon completion of this puzzle, you'll get yet another like mini statuette. So you should have like 4 statues, a mini statuette, and then the relic that you picked up from the tomb room. All 6 of these things are needed in order to activate the final event. And that's where you get to extinguish or banish the Magi. Unfortunately, I think this is the weakest part of the game, because like all you're really doing, depending on the level, you're just swinging your torch either at crocodiles or mummies or snakes, and then after enough of that, you win. There's really no danger. There's no thinking. This is all mind-numbing at this point. Just make sure you have a torch with you. But yeah, like I think more could be done here to make it less monotonous. Like once you reach this part, it's like the same thing every single time. Not to say it's not bad. It's definitely a step up from what it was before, but I think they could do a lot more with this particular part of the game. I like the aesthetics, I like the tension, but it's just fight back creatures constantly. It's kind of boring. I hope they do something more with it. But FOREWARNED as a whole is a fantastic game. I highly recommend you check it out. If you like Phasmophobia, I think this game's actually better than Phasmophobia at this point, simply because it offers more. The inventory system and the upgrades, all of it are just miles ahead of what Phasmophobia is currently doing. So definitely check this one out if you like those ghost investigative kinds of games. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.